because we have Dad on the pod for the first time, each one of us is going to go around. We're going to tell a brief dad story, and then he's going to tell one of his own. Do you want to start, Mason, or you want me to start?
And why don't you start?
Okay. A question for you guys. You guys remember the Dodge Dakota?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I remember early morning driving to school, and there'd be condensation on the windows every now and then in Arizona, and you'd like
That had
race.
nothing to do with your mother and I.
You'd race. Oh God.
We're 30 seconds in.
You'd watch the condensation race. You know how you like choose one water droplet and see if it's going to reach the end of the. But there was a specific CD that was always played on the way to school in the Dodge Dakota. Do you guys remember what it was?
Intimidator by ZZ Top, right?
That was one. I think of a different one. Which one do you think of, Jordan?
I think of him quizzing us on American history.
I remember that, the pop quiz.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the Frank Sinatra Greatest Hits.
Yes, yeah, that was always in the car. So I got two, actually, but I'll make them brief. One, I do remember that my grandma, who was going through a divorce at the time, sort of hid her Corvette at our house.
What a white trash thing to say. Like, my grandma is going through... That's like saying my grandma's boyfriend is just so white trash.
My grandma, who was
She had several boyfriends.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes at the same time.
Speedo Dave.
Speedo Dave.
Oh, God. Don't. Please.
No. Grandma's going through divorce, wants us to hold on to the Corvette so it doesn't end up in the hands of her ex-husband. So we sort of bought it from her, and of course Dad wants to drive it to everywhere all the time.
C4 Corvette.
Yeah, it's a C4 Corvette.
Red.
And
Red.
in the maroon, the classic maroon color that was common on
What year was it?
84?
Yeah, about 84, 85.
Was it a manual or was it automatic?
It was auto.
Automatic.
All of hers were auto, weren't they?
I do remember him coming home one day having recently crapped himself because he was going to stop at a stoplight and the brakes just didn't work anymore.
Just
for
didn't
no
feel like
reason.
working that day.
Yeah, he just went and just slid straight through an intersection. Luckily, didn't get hit, and then crawled his way home, and then told us all about how his brakes didn't work. But that wasn't the thing that I thought of first. The thing I thought of first was in that same Corvette. Of course, Dad wants to drive the Corvette to work, and he has to drive us to school. But a Corvette's only a 2-seater, so he would stick the two of us in the passenger seat, just stack us like little Russian dolls, and drive us on over.
Now,
And I thought it was so cool to get out of the Corvette and yeah, I'm cool. I'm getting dropped off at school, but
it was
people staring at us.
It was the fee to keep that Corvette because we were dirt poor.
Yeah.
I get to drive a Corvette. She wants to hide it there. I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
This is the early 2000s, too. I think
Yeah.
this is
Like
the tail
2000.
end of when you could...
90s kids.
Yeah, buckle two kids side by side. Two skinny kids side by side.
You guys are so small.
Share a buckle.
Yeah.
All the more reason to put children in the front seat.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the C4 had passenger airbags. Not that it would
probably on the
matter.
cusp.
In
I don't even-
84, it might have.
Go
I got
ahead.
a good one. So he used to have this big black Dodge mega cab.
Oprah.
And Oprah.
It's not Oprah. We
Big,
can stop with the
black
Oprah.
and beautiful. So I took it. I wanted to take it on a date, right? And I convinced my dad to let me take it. And he's like, "Don't do anything dumb with it. Don't take it off road. Don't do anything like that." I'm like, "Yeah, I got it.
Go slow.
Go slow." So I take the car on a date, pick up my friend, pick up our dates. We go out. On our way out, there's a shortcut I know of. May have done a few donuts. It may have been wet.
I didn't know this.
Oh, you know about it. You'll remember. The truck gets all muddy, right? I don't think about it. I drop everyone off after we go to the movies. We have our date. Everyone gets dropped off. I go back home. I get home, and I get out of the truck, and I realize it's covered in mud. And it was perfectly clean when I left. I'm like, shoot. Okay, so I quickly, without looking at the house, making sure no one's up, I grab a hose, and I run, and I spray down the truck really fast. I'm like, all right, cool, it looks good. And I go inside. The next day, he's like, "Mason, come outside." And I'm like, what? It's like the truck is spotless. How did he know? I come out there and he's like, "You take the truck off road?" And I'm thinking he knows something. So I can't lie. Like, why do you ask? He's like, "Come with me." He shows me this perfectly pristine truck with a belt of mud all around it on the driveway. You thought he could just spray the truck off.
Yes.
None the wiser. You have one about your dad? You have one about Grandpa Bose?
I don't know that I want to. Well, he can't do anything now.
What's he going to do? Ground you?
So
Hi, Grandpa.
he had a red Toyota Supra. I want to say 86 or 87.
Really?
Oh, Grandpa's always been a sports car guy. He had a 3000 GT.
So he had this red Toyota Supra. And for whatever reason, he thought it'd be a good idea to take my mom and my sisters on a ski trip and leave me home alone with this
said
Supra. Okay,
Why not? What could go wrong?
Cue,
Was it a
cue the-
manual?
Yeah.
You were 17 at the time?
I was like
17?
16,
Cool.
17.
A red Supra in period, a Mark, what is that, a Mark III, I have to assume, an 86? Because
so.
Mark IV is like early 90s, like 90, 91. So.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice. And
That sounds like Grandpa.
Anyway, continue. So he leaves you home with it.
so he leaves us, cue risky business.
Right.
Right. And
Did he write down the mileage before he left?
but I don't think he did, because he didn't say squat when they came back.
Will
Yeah,
this be news to him when he sees this clip?
probably. They were gone. Here's the Supra, and he said, "Don't touch the car."
Obviously.
I had my own car, but come on. So I call up my buddy Mel, and we decide to go to Sunset Boulevard.
Because you grew up near Los Angeles.
Yeah, I grew up. We were at the time living in Moore Park. For those of you who know the area, it's near Simi Valley, Malibu. And so we drove out there, and we had a good old time. Before we even got out there, we found an empty street. We were doing donuts in it, smoking up tires, trying to make 11s in the street. We were just being stupid. And we drove up and down Sunset Boulevard thinking we were,
The coolest thing.
yeah, the coolest thing. And I gotta tell you, it was part of it. I was terrified that I was going to get a scratch on it.
That's the fun part.
So yeah, and then we took it home, and then I started falling asleep in the drive back, and I may have crossed over a median a couple of times on the way home, and got the car.
Like the double yellows?
Yeah, well, I was in what we call the HOV lane now, and almost hit the center.
Oh,
The center
jeez.
median, the concrete median. Oh my gosh! And so got the thing home, looked at the car, not a scratch on it. Went to bed. Parents came home a couple days later. I never heard a word about it.
Well, see, here's the thing. Because they say, like strict parents make sneaky kids, right? And so, but it's just like Mason sprays off the truck, and he's like, he's never going to know. But he's like,
I'm 17.
I know exactly what I would have done in this situation.
That's why. I mean, I know you guys
know what to
are gonna
look
do
for.
something stupid.